Guillermo del Toro made Frankenstein, and is it somehow also a Gothic masterpiece? Let me tell you if this beautiful monster movie is worth watching for those who haven't seen it yet. 4 things that make it visually stunning, 3 things that make it disappointing, and 1 creative decision so bold that you'll either love it or be constantly checking your watch. If you're wondering whether Del Toro's Frankenstein lives up to the hype or if it's just pretty monsters doing sad things, I'll break it all down for you in the next few minutes. No spoilers, just honest opinions. Let's start with what Guillermo del Toro absolutely nails. First, this movie is gorgeous. Like, pause it and frame it gorgeous. Del Toro has always been a visual wizard, and Frankenstein might be his most beautiful film yet. Every shot looks like a painting. The Gothic architecture, the stormy skies, the candlelit laboratories. It's also meticulously crafted that you forget you're watching actors in costumes. You're in a storybook. The creature design is phenomenal. This isn't some CGI monstrosity. It's practical effects, makeup, puppetry, real craftsmanship. The monster looks tragic and terrifying at the same time. You can see every scar, every stitch, every detail. And the performance, whether it's motion capture or a guy in a suit, is genuinely moving. The monster isn't just a villain. He's lonely, confused, and desperate for connection. You feel for this 8-foot-tall walking corpse, which is not an easy thing to pull off. The production design is off the charts. Del Toro built these massive practical sets, castles, villages, laboratories that feel lived in and real. There's weight to everything. When characters walk through a room, you believe that room exists. It's not a green screen. It's not fake. It's tangible, and that makes all the difference. And the lighting. Oh man, the lighting. Every scene is drenched in atmosphere. Shadows creep across walls. Firelight flickers on faces. Storms rage outside windows. It's moody as hell, and it works. This is a movie that understands that horror isn't just about scares. It's about dread, about beauty twisted into something unsettling. Now, the story. Del Toro's Frankenstein is faithful to Mary Shelley's novel in ways most adaptations aren't. This isn't the universal monster movie with angry villagers and torches. This is a slower, more literary take. It's about ambition, hubris, creation, and consequences. Victor Frankenstein isn't a cackling madman. He's an obsessed genius who doesn't think through what happens after he succeeds. And the relationship between Victor and the monster is the emotional core. It's not just man creates monster, monster goes on rampage. It's more complicated. The monster wants to be loved. Victor is horrified by what he's made. They're bound together in this tragic, dysfunctional relationship that neither can escape. It's Frankenstein as a family drama, which sounds pretentious, but it works. The cast is strong. Oscar Isaac plays Victor with intensity and regret. He's charismatic but flawed, and you understand why he makes terrible decisions. Mia Goth, because of course Mia Goth is in this, brings humanity to her role. And the monster, whoever's playing him under all that makeup, delivers a genuinely moving performance. You root for him even when he's doing awful things. The themes are timely. The movie asks questions about playing God, about responsibility, about what we owe our creations. In an age of AI and genetic engineering, Frankenstein feels more relevant than ever. Del Toro isn't subtle about this, but he's not preachy either. The questions are there if you want to think about them. Now, the problems. And there are problems. The biggest one? The pacing. This movie is slow. Not meditative and thoughtful slow, more like did the projectionist fall asleep slow? Scenes linger, characters stare into the distance, conversations that could take 3 seconds take 3 minutes. I appreciate atmosphere, but at some point you gotta move the plot forward. There's a middle section where the monster is wandering the countryside, learning about humanity, and it drags. Yes, it's important for his character development. Yes, it's in the book, but it feels like filler. You're sitting there thinking, okay, he met a blind man, he learned to read. Can we please get back to the main story? It's like Del Toro forgot he was making a movie and started making a miniseries. And the dialogue, oh boy. Everyone talks like they're in a stage play. Super formal, super flowery, lots of monologues. Woe is me, for I have defied nature and brought forth abomination. We get it, Victor, you messed up, but maybe say it in fewer words. The theatrical dialogue works sometimes, it adds to the Gothic vibe, but other times it's unintentionally funny. People don't talk like this even in period pieces. There's also a subplot involving Victor's family that feels underdeveloped. Characters are introduced, you think they'll matter, and then they disappear for 40 minutes. When they come back, you've forgotten who they are. The movie tries to juggle too many narrative threads, and some of them just hang there, unresolved. And here's my controversial take. The movie is too beautiful. Hear me out. Every single frame is so meticulously composed, so painterly, that it starts to feel artificial. Nothing ever feels messy or spontaneous. It's all so controlled, so designed, that you're admiring the craft instead of being immersed in the story. It's like watching someone's Oscar reel instead of a movie. Let's talk about the big creative choice that's dividing audiences: the tone. Del Toro's Frankenstein is tragic and melancholy. It's not a horror movie in the traditional sense. There are no jump scares, the violence is brutal but not gratuitous, the focus is on sadness, the monster's loneliness, Victor's guilt, the tragedy of creation gone wrong. Some people love this. They say it's mature, it's respectful to the source material, it's a thinking person's monster movie. Others find it boring. They came for Gothic horror and got a sad drama with occasional murders. Both reactions are valid. If you're expecting Shape of Water or Pan's Labyrinth, movies that balance darkness with wonder, you might be disappointed. This is heavier, darker, more oppressive. It's closer to Crimson Peak, but even more serious. There's very little levity, no comic relief, just sadness and rain. The movie also commits to being a period piece in every way. The pacing is 19th century. The dialogue is theatrical. The sensibility is old-fashioned. If you're not in the mood for that, it'll feel like homework. But if you meet it on its own terms, if you let yourself sink into its gloomy world, it can be rewarding. I respect what Del Toro is doing. He's not making a crowd pleaser. He's making the Frankenstein movie he wants to make, and damn the consequences. That's admirable. But it also means the movie won't work for everyone, and that's okay. How does this compare to other Frankenstein adaptations? Well, it's definitely the prettiest. Visually, nothing else comes close. The 1931 Boris Karloff version is iconic, but it's 80 minutes of camp. Kenneth Branagh's 1994 version is ambitious, but messy. The various TV adaptations range from decent to forgettable. Del Toro's version is the most faithful to Mary Shelley's novel, at least in spirit. It captures the movie's themes of ambition, creation, and loneliness, but it also drags in ways the book doesn't. Shelley's novel moves, it has energy. This movie takes its time. If you love Del Toro's other work, you'll probably appreciate this. It has his fingerprints all over it. The attention to detail, the love of monsters, the Gothic romance. But it's not as fun as Pacific Rim, not as whimsical as Shape of Water, and not as tight as Pan's Labyrinth. It's Del Toro in full art house mode, and that's not everyone's cup of tea. Compared to recent Gothic horror, The Lighthouse, Crimson Peak, The Woman in Black, Frankenstein is slower but more sincere. It's not trying to be edgy or shocking. It's trying to be tragic and beautiful, and mostly it succeeds. So, is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein worth watching? If you love Gothic horror, if you appreciate practical effects and stunning cinematography, if you have patience for slow-burn storytelling, yes, absolutely. This is a movie made with love, craft, and ambition. It looks incredible, it's thematically rich, and the performances are strong. But if you're looking for something fast-paced, if you want scares and thrills, if you get bored easily, this might not be for you. It's a beautiful, sad, occasionally tedious meditation on creation and responsibility. It's a movie that demands your attention and your patience. If this review helped you decide if Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein is for you, hit like and subscribe for more brutally honest opinions, at least from my point of view. I'll be releasing some amazing movie reviews soon, so stay tuned. Tell me in the comments, do you prefer fast-paced horror or slow atmospheric Gothic drama? Is Del Toro the best visual director working today, or does he prioritize style over substance? See you next time.